I also get told off from the student accommodation manager. They were saying that, hey, because at first I'm just sending boxes to my room. It was like I was living on the third floor, and then as the business scale, I was sending pallet to my accommodation. Can you imagine that, right?
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Against All Odds. My name is Daniel Coker, your regular host, and in our studio today I have my good friend Dylan Lam. Yeah. Dylan is a director of a company called Omirank, and he's going to be telling us what they do and what he does with brands and all that. Dylan, you're welcome to Against All Odds.
Thanks, Dylan. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks for having me here.
That's fine.
Such a nice studio here.
Thank you. Dylan, just a kick start, do you want to tell our viewers a little bit about your background and how you came into the space of branding and all that?
Yeah, so I started the whole thing like when I was like, even I guess started in uni. Before uni, I was like joining a job shipping company, so actually I help them launch ad, run ad, scale the ad as well. Back in the days, Facebook is such a wild west, where you can just like pay $20 to just testing for just one product, like to just test whether or not that product is working or not, right? So you can just keep on and test or not if that product is working. So that skill set carried over to me until like I started the whole thing, which is my own branding, selling on Amazon and eBay. Okay, so when I'm studying in uni, I was like, oh, okay, why not? I just gonna try import something from Hong Kong and then I'm gonna sell it in the UK, right? So back in the days, I was like living in student accommodation in Nottingham, and then like I was like just putting stuff on eBay and it just sells, like literally it just sells. Like I was importing cables, OTG, like Bluetooth microphones, like those kind of like things like that. And it's just falling off the shelf like easily, like on eBay, because there's no competitors, etc. Right? And then I was like carrying like 2 bags, and then each of the bag comes with like 10 different product like every single day. I'm just traveling on a electronic like a skateboard, like, and then going to the post office. So literally everyone in there, they knows me. They knows me like, oh, that guy can carrying the little bags, those like heavy duty little bags, and then like always posting. Like when I was there, I would just lay down all the parcel on the floor, and I would just print out a long kind of like labels from there, and then just stick. Everyone is queuing at the back of the queue. They were just looking at me easily. So I was friends with all the post office staff back in the days. So yeah, I mean that time was like eBay time, and then I was like, I really hate like sticking all the things myself and then packing all the things myself, right? And then like I also get told off from the student accommodation manager. They were saying that, hey, because at first I'm just sending boxes to my room. It was like I was living on the third floor, and then as the business scale, I was sending pallet to my accommodation. Can you imagine that, right? So as I was living in the studio, right, and it was small. It's like smaller than like. I mean, I have to super organize like my luggage, like had it in the toilet to leave my boxes. But when the pallet came, I have to put it like in the hallway next to the fire exit, right?
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, okay. The student accommodation manager says that, hey, you can't do this anymore. You're stuck in the lift. You're stuck in the fire exit, right? So I was like, I decided to transition from eBay, which I have to pick and pack stuff by myself, to Amazon FBA, fulfillment by Amazon. So I just send stuff into Amazon, and then I would let them pick and pack, and then I don't even have to touch the product, right? So
Just drop shipping.
it's job shipping, but then like it's private label. Job shipping is like you don't touch the product, you don't own the brand, but then private label is like you own the brand, you send it to the warehouse, and then you let other people to pick and pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that scale fast, right? We went from just box, we went from just a few parcel, like I was importing from Hong Kong, and then sell to UK, to selling boxes, to selling pallets, right? And then business needs capital to scale, because I know that like, hey, I know that we're making money, but we're not making enough money to get the fifth pallet, right? So yeah, you can get. I mean, I could wait until it's sold out and then get another pallet, but I know that I need money to scale faster. So what I decided to do is like I decided to offer myself as in a PPC agency. So Amazon PPC agency, I was like I was a performance marketer. I was like a job shipping marketer as well, and I was selling on Amazon, so I was offering like services like that. And then like I used those kind of money, I bootstrapped the agency into, I reinvested into the stock, right? So right now I'm a multi-seven figures Amazon seller. So that's the story how it comes.
Okay. And where are you from originally? I mean, what's your background? Because you did say that you import stuff from Hong Kong. Is that because is that where you're from originally? Or?
Yeah, because I'm Hong Kong. Yeah. So Hong Kong is like known to like, I mean, we're part of China, of course. Like it's just like we always have electronic. We always like have cheap electronics like in Hong Kong. There's no VAT, and then we're just next to the manufacturer, next to Canton Fair. Right, I could just go source there, and then like I would just sell wherever I think there's profitable after I do the research, right? And then back in the days, I wasn't really sourcing from China. I was just like scrolling down the street, just see, oh, that's interesting. And it's quite cheap as well in Hong Kong, right? And then I just bring it over to the UK and just put it on eBay, and it works. Yeah.
Okay. Do you come from an entrepreneurial family? 'Cause I'm just kind of wondering your background, just for the sake of our viewers. How did you get this entrepreneurial bug? Because it sounds like you were studying, but then you were also doing business on the side.
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
So my dad is an accountant, and then my mom is a like he worked in hospitality, and so the way that I've been grown up, I've been like brought up is like Asian culture, right? Asian culture as in like you either be a doctor, or either you gotta be like something that is professional, like lawyer, right? So I was like, okay, a man must do something, otherwise your mom is gonna be like pissed off, right? You don't want your mom get pissed off and then like just kind of keep telling you in the future. Like, you gotta be a doctor. Look at your cousin, he's a doctor. Look at your friend, like he's a lawyer right now, right? You don't want to do that, right? You gotta do something. So yeah, and I was like aspire. I mean, my dad inspired me. To study accounting, and when I do accounting, I was like super excited when it comes to balance sheet and profit and loss. When I was able to balance the book, and I was like adrenaline just came to me. I was like, yeah, I did that already, like in exam, right? And yeah, I mean that built me a very good fundamental, knowing that was like cost of goods sold, was revenue, was like how to do my numbers, like. Those sort of things, like, and then like YouTube come, right? YouTube wasn't like really a big thing, right? YouTube like come since like 2015, I think. Starting at those point, people start teaching things, you know. So before YouTube come, I was like learning things, and then after that YouTube came, I was like learning a lot of other stuff on YouTube, knowing how to do Excel, pivot table, or like also of like digital marketing stuff, and so like. Combining all the like accounting fundamental and things I learned on the internet, and then now they become that shaped today's me. Yeah.
So in terms of being able to spot, and the reason why I asked this question was, it sounds to me like you've got the ability to just see something that people might like in the online market. You can just spot something. a gadget or a little something,
Yeah.
that's, and it's quite crazy. I mean, when it comes to online marketing, it's quite difficult to know what people will really, gravitate towards.
Yeah.
It almost takes a bit of a knowing just to get a feeling that, no, this thing can become popular. This thing could because also certain times of year, certain things become more, more in demand, and also looking at different age ranges, maybe the kids might buy something, they find it cool and all that, they tell their friends about it, and then all of a sudden everybody's buying it. So how do you kind of go about figuring what consumers might want?
Right.
And for you to then decide to start selling it to the point where you actually begin to move pallets.
Yeah. It's a long story. Like I don't get like success in one shot. Of course, like I import a lot of like different variation. Back in the days, whatever is like electronic, I'll just import it. Like we got like OTG cable, like on the go cable, where it's like an adapter. You convert, like back in the days it was a macro USB into USB, so you can put in your USB dongle in there. We sell cables, we sell lightning cable. Back in the days there was no Type C, but there it was like USB C, and then we got like travel accessory as well. We got baby accessory as well. I mean, literally it's everything, right? So, I mean, in today's technologies, if I start again, I won't start in this way. But then, like back in the days, there's no research tools. There's no like guidance at all. Like the only way that I guess the way that I get started is more of like you gotta try. You try it all, and then you figure out which one is better. Then just focus on the one that is good. 20-80 rule, right? 80-20 rule, right? And so like that's how we narrow down in there. And then like okay, there's around like 50% of the stock is not gonna sell. Right, it's still in the back of the fire exit back in the days. One day I went and checked again. It all got stolen, right? And then like I mean the way that I was doing research in the past, it was just like looking at the in each of the platform they have different kind of algorithms. But based on the algorithms, I will study whether or not hey. It seems like this guy have a very high bestseller rank, and I would know, okay, if these guys have high bestseller rank, if this is the category that is quite big, I know that the size is going to be there's quite a high potential. So using that kind of logic, and then I would just come with like, back in the days we have like Jungle Scout. I think that's the most popular like tools that I can think of right now. And there's a calculator that tells you what's the size looks like, because Amazon back in the days they will open up the search forum, the data to everyone. So they grab the data and then put it all in one database, and then they come a model to tell you how big is the category. So that's how we're able to know, okay, in this electronic category, what's the size of the market share, and therefore we will say, okay, why not give it a go? We just go around all the subcategory, find our own niche, and then we narrow down from there.
Okay, so you just mentioned a very important word, which is niche, which is like it sounds like you basically didn't do absolutely everything, but you sort of zeroed in on something that you felt would be unique. So maybe just tell our viewers a little bit about, because I know you do brand marketing as well, about how they can improve their unique USP, unique selling proposition.
Right.
Because that's quite key to marketing.
Sure. I mean, to be frank, if you ask me to start the business model, I'm definitely not gonna advise everyone to start the way that I start, because with today's technology, with today's AI as well, that is exactly not what you want to do, because you are just not trying to reinnovate yourself. You're just gonna be like obsolete in the long run, right? So the proper way to start a business right now, to come with it, of course, is like to come up with a unique selling point, as you just said. The unique selling point is something that we have to reinnovate as an entrepreneur. if you're just trying to like snap on a logo, just like these speakers, you're just gonna be like going to semi manufacturer, snap on your logo. That was like back in the days, like that was like maybe 8 years ago. It might be works, right? But today's is like because everyone knows what we can do on Amazon right now. Everyone can just snap on a logo and just put it on there. Eventually, it's just going to be driving to a price war, right? And so the actual way to do it is to so if I don't know if you heard of like Kotler 5-level product rule. So in Kotler 5-level product rule, it's actually it comes with like a different level. In each level, there's a meaning of it, from generic product to augmented product to potential product, right? And so they have 5 level. I just get it into three level because the generic product is like a mic, just a mic without a stand.
The stand, yeah.
A mic without a foam, right? It's just a mic with just a chipset. It's just the ugliest mic you can see. It's usable, functionable, generic product, right? And then a augmented product is like a mic with a unique selling point. A unique selling point is like, look at the shape of the mic. The mic is like a cone shape. The mic comes with like a leveling stand in here, so you can level up and down in here, right? And so that's the augmented, right? And then the one level upper is a mic can comes with a potential additional feature, AI built in, different color or different shape that doesn't no longer need the stand anymore. It could be like the Yeti mic that comes with the different like shape, like a ball shape, right? That could be a common product, right? So majority of the people were thinking, hey, if I start a business right now, I think the competition is too big out there. Like, how can I even re-innovate a new product, right? The thing is, like, competition is always out there, and then idea is always out there as well. And in today's age, it's much more easier to find compared to the past, right? Because you get access to manufacture easily using Alibaba, you get access to ChatGPT to help you bring some AI, and then you get a lot of different variation because of the technology, because of the technological advancement that comes with different kind of like shape, color, or different feature that is needed from the consumer, right? For example, right, just a bottle, right? If you were talking about a water bottle, right?
Yeah.
This is a generic bottle for shoe.
Yeah.
And then there is already a product that comes with like a augmented product, which is a foldable one, because you want to go for hiking, you want to put salt in the bag, right? And that is just a generic product. I can think of a lot of like a augmented product, like a fruit bottle that you can put a blender there at the bottom. You can blend the fruit, or you can like back in the COVID, you have a UVC cap. You sterilize the water, right? So they are all augmented product, right? And because of the technological advancement, now there's MagSafe on iPhone, right? So now there's a cap that you can put your phone on the cap, right? Because there's MagSafe installed on the cap, right? So this is because of all the technological advancement, or the user behavior changes. Like nowadays, people prefer healthy, right? So now today's changes on bottle is having like the mark here, telling people how many waters did you drink, how many liters of water did you drink, and there's a cap at the bottom. Maybe you can put in your fruit, right? So drink water and fruit together to shape the concept of being healthy, right? So it's all being come from, the unique selling point is always come from technological advancement or user the change of user behavior.
Okay. So it sounds like you've got to have your finger on the pulse, really, to see, to study trends, and this sounds like it comes a lot from data analysis. You know, so do you need to be, you know, do you need to have any particular skills to be able to analyze this data? Because it sounds, just listening to you, I mean, I'm kind of getting a bit of a picture about why you're successful at what you do, you know, and it sounds like you've got the knack and the ability to analyze huge amounts of data using AI and other analysis tools to spot trends, you know, and then also just maybe just personal observation, and just being, you know, just being smart and trying to see, you know, little things that you think people might find appealing. You know, how would you say that? I mean, how do you see the impact of AI on being able to like spot trends in consumer behavior?
So this is the merit of like living in today's age right now, as in like I'm a millennial, but if you're a Gen Z, right? I mean, we are actually, there's a study says that like because Gen Z born in a digital age, millennial is like they born in the middle of the digital age. They experience that just transition, but then when we get older, when we get old, like we won't be able to like pick up the skill set as easier than Gen Z. But anyway, like back to the topic, I was like saying that in today's age, like I won't advise everyone to use just the data everyone sees like in the marketplace, like what you see in Google Trend, what you see in those like major data analytic site like Ahrefs, SEMrush, or Helium 10, or whatever tools that you're gonna use. They are actually just data, because right now back in like 10 years ago it started, right? Everyone is having a lot of data. We call it big data, right? But then right now, once you have data, what's next, right? Because everyone is holding the same big data, right? Those data is actually everywhere. The only way to validate the product, to make sure that the product that is sellable online, right, is of course we have to validate the data. So you were saying how do we use AI, right? That's AI come in. AI come in to help you to aggregate the data from different sources with your idea and come up with a better idea and come up with a different data to help you make decision, right? So here's the process that we use. Like we normally have like a 5-step. We call it like a future-proof product launch validation, right? So because back in the days, like I was like launching product without validating the idea, right? And even though we have like data in the past, they are just data, right? Doesn't mean because everyone knows about the data, everyone will see the same data. So to really validate the data, to tell you the data that is legit, that is worth going for, the only way to do is to really go in and validate it. So the step one is going to be more of like just a engagement test. You test engagement, just post it on Facebook, right? Tell them, hey, I'm launching this bottle, and this bottle comes with like these stickers and this cap from Costco, similar to Costco, and then I will just ask people, hey, is it something that you like? Okay, now you got a low commitment validation, because you pay nothing. People could just give you whatever reaction that they have there, right?
Yeah.
So now, but then that is a good start, because you know how people is actually willing to engage, right? And if you wanted to do a better engagement test, we can do Pickful, like a site for people to help you do A/B testing. You just pay them, hey, answer this question and answer it seriously, we'll pay you this much of amount, right? And then you get how many of responses from using those kind of tools, right? So that's the step one, just engagement test. And step two is about looking at data from launching an ad on Amazon, launching an ad on Facebook or Google. Look at what is the cost per click looks like. Oh, if the cost per click looks like £1, £2, £3, what does that mean? What does it translate, right? It means that like if you want to engage, if you want to like convert a customer, how much do you need, right? So that's the cost per click, right? So that's the second step. So you know, okay, now if I want to launch a water bottle business, what am I anticipating when it comes to marketing, right? Because nowadays with the marketing you can do nothing, right? And now you pass say, okay, now the CPC is quite ideal. Say it's £2. Okay, you move on to the next step. Now is a prospecting step, right? So now you know that you can get money. You can get a interest from just paying £2 on CPC. Then you're gonna go on to do prospecting. You will find out, oh, this bottle, who is it for? Is it for hiker? Is it for office owner? Or is it for homeowner? Is it for people who drive, right? So the more that you get data in step 3, the more you know, oh, it's quite scalable, because I know that it's not just one people that we're talking to from step 2. We have like 10 people we can scale in the long run, right? And now you move on to, okay, step 3, we have validated that there's a market there, there's a niche there, right? And then step 4, we ask them for commitment. So we ask them to commit whether or not if they're willing to pay £1 to pre-order the bottle, if this is good enough. Are they just talking? Are they just a bunch of talking head, but there's no action, right? And then if people is really paying you £1 to pre-order the product, then you know that, oh, okay, there is a market. I know that I can sell this in the long run. If I launch this, I know that I can do well on the on-platform or just on our Shopify store, right? So that afterward, you use AI to continue to shape your idea, because you might use once you find all data, you put it back all to the AI. This is the result, and now I want to create. I want to give you this feedback from the engagement test, and then I want to shape a new product. And AI will give you a bunch of the product, and then you can use those to combine into new one, right? So back into the example earlier on, we were talking about because of the technological advancement, we come with a MagSafe, which you can put your iPhone on the bottle. So what's next? ChatGPT may tell you, okay, seems like people might always use their bottle, so now we can use AirTag, right? So AirTag is like a little knob that you can put in your anywhere, so you can track where is it going. If you lost, you can just turn on your iPhone, just find out where is the iPhone right now, right? So that's the idea on how do you utilize data and AI to come up with a new product, and it comes with a new unique selling point, unique enough to launch your own product in a certain niche.
Okay. Right. So it sounds pretty exciting. What's the fastest moving product that you've ever launched?
Fastest moving product. Fastest moving product could be also a slowest moving product. Because we're in the travel niche. Okay, we sell packing cube in the past. We were selling like 3,000 packing cube per month in the past, like back in like 2019 period, right? When COVID come, packing cube was dead. We were like 1/3 of our revenue is gone, like because the whole travel line is gone, right? We sell travel wallet, we sell packing cube as well, and then we were like doing significant margin back in the days, right? But when COVID hit, like everyone stay home, right? Unfortunately we were not in the stay home niche, right? And that's why like we were just barely surviving back in the days. Luckily that with our agency part to continue with the because we have a team of like 23 people back in the days, and then we still have to we still have to continue to pay, otherwise the operation won't sustain, right? And so that's the fast moving product. But that is what happened. Like, so we're lucky that happened as well, because if it wasn't that happen, we won't go into other niche right now, and we won't be able to diversify our risk in the long run, right? That's the thing. Yeah.
So in terms of somebody who's looking to launch a product or something like that, how do you go about getting the financing to basically buy products, order products, to ship out and all? Because obviously, if you're ordering stuff, either by the box load or by the pallet load or whatever it is, you've got to pay for it. You've got to pay for shipping costs, any duty and all that kind of stuff. And then also, if it's scalable, then obviously you're talking of, if somebody wants something, you can't now say, look, hold on, I'm not going to order it from Hong Kong, for it to come, for me to ship out. So you've got to look at the warehousing cost, the holding costs, of the whatever it is that you're trying to sell. How does somebody go about the financing challenges?
Okay.
Do you go to friends and family? Do you have to rely on savings? Do you bootstrap? Just give us a bit of color on that.
So we bootstrap, as I said, we bootstrap in the past. Like we have a PPC agency, and we got the revenues to reinvest, right? And one thing we do is we do crowdfunding. So in a normal sense, the traditional way to buy stock is like we will look at, it looks like that we are selling 1 unit per month. Then if that's 3 months, then I need 3 unit, right? So if that's like why do I say 3 months? Because 3 months is a landing time as well. The land time from China to UK, right? The landing cost, the landing time, what do you call it? The landing period, right? Yeah. And so if we are selling like a 2,000 unit, then that's 6,000 unit in a month because that's landing time. And so that's a very good question. A lot of people, they were just thinking, is it the only way that I can do? Is that I have to keep reinvesting stocks into the warehouse, and so I can keep it going. If it didn't keep going, it will lose the ranking, and in the algorithm's eye, that is actually not beneficial because they will downgrade our listing, right, etc. So I'm lucky because I was like, I have all the skill set from dropshipping to performance marketing, as in Google Ad, right? And so we started putting stuff on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and so now the mindset shift. Normally is we buy the product first, we launch it, and we get the money back. But now when we launch the product on crowdfunding, we launch the product first, we get the money from the backers, and then we're gonna buy stock from China. So another way around, right? So you don't really suffer from a lot of like heavy lifting when it comes to the cash flow. Of course, that's one of the method, and of course, like we do lending as well. I mean, no, we lend from Amazon. We borrow from Amazon. So because Amazon knows that we are doing quite well, they offer like say a percentage of our sales, and then they will know that they need help. They need to help sellers to get funding, and then they're doing around 2% of the interest rate. So it wasn't that bad that back in the days. So we just like to do the to help out on the cash flow part, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's all about optimization. Like once you have the funding from crowdfunding, from Amazon, from Bootstrap, and all from revenue that we reinvest, right? It still doesn't really solve all the problem. We still have to optimize the operation, the shipment time frame, and the employee cost as well, in order to really optimize the whole thing, to really squeeze the margin from the whole business. Yeah.
Right. So it sounds like you rely more on, because when it comes to consumer products, you have two types of products. You have products that people buy and then they don't necessarily buy again for a long time. Either because the products are durable, so they don't need to be replaced. So it's like a one-off purchase and that's it. So those kind of products you need is just a numbers game, right? You just need many people to be buying. You're constantly looking for new avenues for your products. And then the second type of product is consumables, things that people buy on a repeat basis and they throw away, or you've got to replace them. So you've got repeat business. What is your model? I mean, what kind of model do you use when it comes to your operations?
Okay, we have different brands. I have separate brands. Okay, and of course, like back in the days, I think the question is very good because like this is what I was experienced. Like until 2 years ago, I realized, hey, we gotta change some of the model, because if we don't change our model, like at the end of the day, like you can only rely on upsell and downsell and keep launching businesses, keep launching new product, right? Of course, keep launching new product is the only way to survive as an e-commerce business brand, because if you don't, you're gonna be stuck with just a few products, and your product have a life cycle. It will get obsolete in one day, and then one day when the whole thing got obsolete, then you got no business, right? And so what we have to do is we have to invest in the R&D business. In the R&D, which is we have to create a molding with Chinese manufacturer. We have a team of we have a team of employee in China. They source product for us, and communicate with the manufacturer. So we have to keep doing our molding, creating different variation, looking for different product. For example, if you are saying bottle, they might be looking for a bottle cover. They might be looking for a insulated bottle, or they may be looking for if they're using bottle for hiking, we sell hiking gear. If they use a bottle for gym, we sell like gym clubs, right? So the traditional model is selling just one product, and the second generation is you upsell product on the same niche, and you downsell product if they don't want your offer, or you cross sell offer, as in like, oh, you're selling bottle, but I know that you are you must be driving, so you might want to get a car charger. Cross-selling, right? So we rely on cross-sell, upsell, and downsell to increase the average order value, and then to increase a customer lifetime value. So you're not gonna be stuck with just keep developing product, right? And I said 2 years ago, what did I change? 2 years ago, I realized, okay, Amazon just come up with a feature called subscription, right? So I just realized subscription business is actually quite good. So we decided to went into the subscription business. What did I sell? I start selling badminton shuttlecock. So badminton shuttlecock is actually reusable. I mean, not reusable, I mean like it's consumable. And so we have to keep, they have to keep ordering from it. So what we do is we keep building the branding. We work with the influencer, and then the brand asset is out there, right? So the differences is, back in the days, we launched one bottle, we have to contact 30 influencer, right? But right now we launch we launch the same shuttlecock, feather shuttlecock, and then we work with 30 influencers. But wherever we are going to launch in the future for different type of shuttlecock, it's still shuttlecock, right? And so the cost essentially is going to be it decrease in the long run, right? Because it's consumable. Even if you launch another series of shuttles, you can still utilize the same influencer videos, right? And so that really let us have our focus on branding, on experience, on the product experience, and storytelling, right? And that is another like a mind shift that I've done. After the second generation, now I think our business model right now, we are in the third generation of kind of having subscription, having generic product, and having like a augmented product, and for us to upsell, downsell, and cross sell.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say have a subscription, do they pay something every month?
Yeah. So they will be paying you because we work with B2B business. In the past, we were doing B2C. Now we do B2B. We work with major clubs in different area. So there's Cambridge, who are using our shuttle. They're ordering like 25 tubes per month, right? Because unless it's like a summertime, they will have like a season off, maybe for a month, then we'll resume. But otherwise, all year wide, they are actually ordering 25 tubes per month, right? And so we give them discount. If you do subscription, it's going to be cheaper, and that is the model. And that is beneficial because with that much of volume that we are moving right now, we create a infrastructure that can actually scale other products as well. So in the past, we are relying on Amazon to help us pick and pack. And now we work with because our volume is big, they know that we always ship our product. So that third-party logistic, they know that they give us a discount rate because we are actually moving a lot of like Babylon digital. So other old product that we are selling, we want to go off Amazon, and we want them to pick and pack to ship it to customer. They can give us a favorable rate as well when it comes to pick and pack. So the infrastructure side as well, we could have like create our own warehouse right now, but then we just are not ready for that kind of hassle right now. We just want to rely on other third-party logistic. But I mean, when you have the volume, everything is so scalable because you can because it's a synergy that you're creating. Yeah.
So what you're suggesting here is that it's kind of more operationally efficient, you know, and your current life cycle is more operationally efficient to use third-party sort of logistics to handle. Okay. Okay, good.
So it was from eBay to my own logistic to FBA, now to third-party logistic, the whole kind of like that narrative. Yeah.
Wow, Dylan, I've learned so much from you just having this conversation. And we have a tradition on this podcast where we give our guests the opportunity to dedicate any episode that they feature on to anyone or any group of people of their choice. And so who would you like to dedicate today's episode to? And you can look at the camera for that.
Yeah. So you're going to put me on the spot right now. I think. So if you talk about e-commerce, I used to, when I first started, I was always listening to Several Session from Daniel Macmillan. He is actually the one who always delivering a lot of value, teach me a lot of like, let me surrounded with like the top 5 friends, you know, because like back in the days there's nowhere to find, like podcast is always the way to go. So if you can come on board, you know, I would love you to come back again. To listen to his podcast.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, I'd like you to leave some comments, share and subscribe. And we'll also give you some information on Dylan Lam. You can get in touch with him. So you can you basically provide some services with branding and digital marketing. And I've thoroughly enjoyed this. Dylan, thank you very much for coming on Against All Odds. And see you next week, guys.
Thanks, Daniel. See you guys.
Thank you.